Welcome back, watch fans, and the Colonel is answering questions from the punters. Now, I recently received an email from one of our female members of the audience asking what is the ideal watch for a lady boss. That's what she says. She's a lady boss, boss girl, bad bitch, whatever you want to call it. She is asking what is the ideal watch. Now, this is actually a very interesting question. Now, first of all, I would say this, right? Any of the gentlemen watching this channel, watching this video, I have one piece of advice for you. I would not, absolutely not buy a watch. I would not pick, you should not be picking the watch for women. Why? Because it's a very personal thing. It's not like jewelry. It really is not. It's a totally different thing. It's almost like, you know, picking out a dress for your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever. You might be okay, you maybe, but odds are she has very different ideas of what she wants to wear. Okay, it's a very, very personal thing. Now, back to the women. Now, here's the thing. The ideal watch, I would say, is this. And here's the rule. Here is my rule. You got to have a contrast. You have to have a contrast. Look, I'm assuming if you're feminine, right? If you look, you know, feminine, you know, thinner wrist, you know, you're, I don't know, petite, whatever. You want to have a chunky watch, a chunky masculine watch. So there's a contrast, femininity, masculine. You have something that's chunky, right? Sort of like, you know, you're wearing your boyfriend's, you know, dress shirt or something, right? Yeah, it looks kind of sexy, right? You know, Coco Chanel, she was famous for that type of thing. She invented that whole thing. You know, Chanel, you guys know that, right? So I would go with something which is Rolex. Rolex is basically a masculine brand. And I would get, you know, look, my choice would be, look, the obvious choice is the date 36, the president. Again, 36, you can't really go 40. That would be much too big for most normal women who are not, you know, on steroids or anything like that. That would be much too big. But yeah, date 36, classic choice, gold. Or if you really want to amp things up, the Daytona. The Daytona, I believe, if you are a lady boss girl, and you have a Daytona on your wrist, if you have a two-tone Daytona, and by the way, for the ladies, this is the look, the two-tone, gold and steel, yellow, gold and steel, Daytona with, you know, like a white dial with a little gold on it, so the white gold, so it does look feminine, the white dial. That is the ultimate statement. That is a bad bitch watch. Why? Why is that? Because men will be intimidated. When they see that, they'll be intimidated. But not so much. In other words, they'll say, wow, this they'll be like, wow. Especially, look, if you're in business, okay, if you're in business and you're wearing that watch, you know, guys will know, oh, you're serious. I mean, because that's a very masculine, I mean, it's a masculine watch, but it's like a very desirable watch. In other words, every guy wants that watch, right? So when they see you have it, they think, wow, she's much more successful than I am. Now, here's the thing. You can't, you know, again, now if you're single and you're on the hunt, you can't go too extravagant, because then guys will be intimidated. You know, you can't have, you know, $100,000, you know, Audemars Piguet or Royal Oak in gold, because then the guys are going to be intimidated and they're going to think, wow, she's high maintenance or whatever, right? So there's a fine line. Now, again, you could get something like this, which I think is an okay watch. I have seen actually women wear it. This is the Yacht Master 40 two-tone chocolate dial, and I would say, look, again, there is a wide selection of dials, and again, the dial will make the huge difference in your experience of the watch, because you want something that's going to change all the time, right? You know, your moods change all the time. Your moods change. The dial also changes with the color of the light. There's a variety of dials. You want a dial that's going to always have something different. There's going to be a novelty factor. It's not going to be the same thing every day. Like, you don't want a basic black dial. That is boring. You don't want that. You want something which has got some tonality to it. It's going to play with the light. You want that type of experience. It's really, you know, unbelievable but true. Now, so I would say, look, the Daytona is the choice. Now, how does the Daytona work? It doesn't matter. You're never going to use the functions realistically. But also, here's the thing, though. The beautiful thing about Rolex is, again, it's a very durable watch. You know, it can take a beating. You know, it can go in the water. You can drop it. You know, it's a very, very durable watch. It is going to be very desirable, and everybody is going to want it. It's a classic watch. It is legitimately, it is an heirloom piece, whether you pass it down to your kids or whatever. it's going to be something that it will always be desirable. It will never go out of style, and it's a great investment. There we go. Imagine if this seal, this giant seal, had a Rolex Daytona. If that seal had a Rolex Daytona. It's unbelievable, but true. Again, I think that the two-tone is actually ideal for women. Now, again, Audemars Piguet also is a very good look, but it's a little bit, how shall I say? It's interesting. Actually, I think for women, the Rolex Daytona is the better look. Although the Audemars Piguet, the royal look, is obviously, it's a much more refined watch. It's the more prestigious watch, whatever. But for the look that you're going for, yeah, definitely go with that. Now, again, let's say you're a very beefy. Let's say you're a chunky. You're like that seal, right? You're kind of, built like a truck driver. I would say stay away from kind of masculine watches. Maybe you want to go with a feminine watch, but I don't know what those are. I wouldn't have any suggestion. I would say, I don't know. I wouldn't even know. Maybe just a day-date, not a day-date, but 36 millimeter, Rolex. I have no idea. I'm specifically speaking to the type of women that I am looking at, which are usually feminine, reasonably attractive. They can get away with that 36 or the Rolex Daytona. Now, what about the Submariner? Nah, the Submariner is kind of an ugly watch. It's a utilitarian watch. It's kind of bullshit. You don't want a Submariner. It's garbage. The only models I think any woman can wear with Rolex is the Day-Date 36. You could wear the Yachtmaster like I have here. The Daytona is the ultimate watch. Again, I'm not a fan of the chronographs because I think they're basically useless movements, but it looks great on a woman because it's so, you have that contrast between masculine and feminine, right? At the same time, you could also get the regular Rolex basic, the Datejust Perpetual, in two-tone. Those are kind of cool. A vintage piece. You get the vintage watch. Now, final question is, I like to wear a gold day-date on a leather strap. I like to wear a crocodile strap. I think the strap is not as feminine, right? You want something which is more like a bracelet. So if you have the Daytona in two-tone, it's kind of like a bracelet. It's almost like a piece of jewelry, but it's functional, and it's not too frilly. You know what I mean? But if you have it on a strap, on a crocodile strap, even if it's purple strap, fuchsia, whatever color, it's not quite the same. Now, there are Daytonas, right? There are Daytonas that are kind of, I think they geared them for women. I think they were trying to pander to the female audience, and they did these in pink straps and mother of pearl dials. I would stay away from that. Stay away from these Rolex watches that were made for women, right? Like the Daytonas with the girly colors. You're not gonna, that the problem with that is this. The problem with that is it doesn't really work because it's kind of a masculine watch. It's almost like a guy wearing a girl's dress. It's like Harry Styles. Now, Harry Styles, I don't understand. I think this guy's just trying to get attention. He's putting on a girl's dress, a pink Chanel jacket or something. I mean, that's a little weird. It's just weird. It is just weird. Now, I don't think the guy's a cross-dresser. I think I've seen, this is a thing with the guys. They're putting on a Chanel jacket. It's just a weird move. It is very, very weird. The guys who are, carrying a Hermes Birkin bag, that is very weird. Again, listen, it's not about, transsexuality or anything. It's just weird. It's just a weird vibe. A woman can get away with, one item of, men's clothing or men's whatever because, it's playful. That's the word, right? It's kind of cute, right? For a guy to do it, it's not cute. It's just, it sends kind of mixed signals. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Harry Styles is gay. I don't think he's a transsexual or whatever. So I don't understand it. So again, it's that, and that is what happens when you wear kind of that Rolex. When a woman wears that girly Rolex, which is the Daytona with a pink crocodile strap and the mother of pearl, it's just a weird. It's sort of like Harry Styles in that pink Chanel jacket. You know what I mean? I mean, you might think it's cute for a little while, but here's the problem. The problem is that watch, and after a while, you're not gonna like it. Trust me, you're not gonna like it. And here's the thing, you know, at the end of the day, you also want to have something that retains value, right? You want to, you know, you want to have something that increases in value, something that keeps its value. Because look, the thing about the Daytona is it's money in the bank. That thing is liquid. You can sell that watch anywhere in the world. You know, it's always ticking up every second. You see that the second sweeping, every second that watch really is increasing in value. That's true. But the women's one, the pink one, not so much. Not so much. It's kind of like you have a limited range of buyers because, you know, men aren't buying it. They're not going to wear it. Women, I don't know. Not every. Yeah, so you're really limiting the market. You're really limiting when the resell. If you're going to resell it, you're really limiting the possibility. So I would avoid that. Anyway, look. If you really want to understand how to make big money with watches, how to get rich, how to build generational wealth, that's right, generational wealth, you got to join the channel. You got to become an aristocrat. Click that join button, $4.99 a month, and you get all the insights, knowledge, and private member videos. That's right, private members only videos. And when you leave comments, nasty and vicious comments, in the chats or in the videos, people will know that you're an aristocrat. Your official title is going to be Baron. You're going to be a Baron or Baroness. Ladies who are watching this, that's right. You're going to be royalty. You're going to be royalty. You're going to be like a duchess, but actually a baroness. You're going to be a baroness. Imagine that. And you don't have to marry some jerk-off, you know, drunken British guy. No. Now here's your chance to be legitimate royalty, a legitimate baroness, simply by investing $4.99 in your future. Anyway, that's all we have for today. We'll see you all in the next one.